Hi, I'm Dan, and today I thought it'd be fun to look at using Cursor, which is a new AI code editor in conjunction with Elements. Now, the Cursor editor has got AI built in, so we can ask it questions and it can generate the code for us. So I thought what we'd do is I'd take a data set and get it to build a table for me so that I can put in my website. So I'm going to walk through that and yeah, we'll see what happens. So let's close this down because I don't need Safari open. Let's launch Cursor and I'm going to open a project. Now I've set up this project here. It's just an HTML page and some user data. Now this is a JSON file. It's just some basic data. I actually got Cursor to create for me. I just asked it to create me some JSON data for some sample people. So it's kind of got people's name, the place where they live, and the color. So I've got this empty HTML file here, and if I hit Command L, it will bring up the chat window for me in here. So let's say, can you create me a table, we'll call it a Tailwind table, using the data from user-data.json. Now, if I just hit return, there's kind of no context, so I don't think it has access to here. I've only just recently started using Cursor, so I'm still learning it. But if you press Command return, it has access to our code base, so it should know about this user data JSON file. So what I'm hoping is, and when I tested this before, it will take that data and create me a table in Tailwind using that data. So let's try that out now. Searching files, sure, here it is. It's saying it's found it, and it's writing out all the file. Great. This looks good, so we'll press apply and then Command return to accept that. So it's put this in our HTML file, and while we didn't really need it in the HTML file because we're going to paste this into Elements, it is kind of handy to have it here to refer to, and I can get it to make changes to this. So let's copy this, and I'm going to go over to Elements, and I've got this empty Elements project set up here. In fact, let's just save this. We'll call this table demo, and we're going to create a custom element. Just HTML there, drop this in, and I'll highlight that element, bring up the editor, and I'm going to paste that code we generated into here. Boom. And let's see what that's done. Okay, let's have a look. Aha, okay. It's because we're running in dark mode there. Let me switch Elements over to automatic. There we are. Yep, so all right, so what it's done there, it's created the table for us with all the data that was in our JSON file, and laid it out in a Tailwinds table, which is pretty awesome. And what you can do is we could ask some follow-up questions on this and get it to change how this looks. So let's ask it to color the rows with the people's color. So that each row is a different color and it uses these colors. Let's see if it can do that. Can you, let's see, can you color the rows to match the people's favorite colors? Oh, and it's complete with spelling errors there, but it gets it. That's the nice thing about these large language models. They do understand even when you spell things incorrectly. It's quite cool. So I can press apply, and in the code editor here, it's showing me the changes that it's going to make. And I can see here that it's actually adding the colors there. So that all looks good. And I can go through and press Command Y or Command N to go through these and approve or disapprove them. Or you can just press Command Return and it'll approve all of them. So that's good. I'm going to copy that code, go back to my editor. Or go back to elements and paste it in here, and boom, it's done that. Although it's not done turquoise correctly for us. It doesn't have it doesn't have that. Let's see what it's done there. Aha, so it has done turquoise, but I think what the problem is in my we don't have a turquoise color in elements here. Let's have a look. Well, I'm guessing no. So what we'll do is we'll create a new color. Let's call this one, oops, let's call this turquoise. Boom, there it is. And let's make this a turquoise color. I think this is about turquoise. There we go. Nice, so that's looking pretty good. It's colored all our rows. This is pretty wild stuff that it just, that you can just ask it to do this. Let's have a look what else. Let's make the heading dark here. Can you make the heading dark? Boom, and it's generating the code for us. And we'll say apply. Let's just, whoops. Is it going to do that? Oh, there we are. It's doing it. Oh, I think there I cancelled out the last change. Let me approve that. And then that's the problem with these live demos that you've not really practiced. It has done it for us there. Let me apply that now. Aha, here we go. Yep, let's accept that. And we'll come over here and let's copy and paste it in. Okay, it did make the header dark for us, but it's removed the colors. I think that may have overwritten that. Let's say, can you add back in the people's favorite colors? Sure, here is the updated table with the dark heading and the road colors to match each person's favorite colors. Perfect. And now hit apply. I think I was a bit hasty before something went wrong there and it didn't apply all the changes. I think that's done it. Oh, there we are. It can sometimes be a little bit slow, or I think I get a bit hasty and click the buttons before it's actually finished. But now I think that's done. Okay, let's paste this in. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So this is pretty good. You know, if you had, because I could probably have, if you had comma separated values here, you could use that. I just happen to have a JSON file, but that's quite handy if you did have some user data and you wanted to display it, or even if you had, you know, some times for meetings or stuff like that you needed to display on a website. You could get, with this solution, you could get it to build it for you. Can you add a row for their favorite emojis? Let's see if it does that. I have no idea if this is going to work. Oh yeah, okay, it did. Yep, that seems to be doing it, which is pretty cool. Alrighty, let's apply that. Where are we? Yeah, there. Apply. There we are. Sometimes a little bit slow to get going there. I think because it has to analyze the code and then work out where it needs to insert it. Boom. We'll accept those changes. I'll copy and come over here and paste that in. Boom. And there's the emojis. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That is one example of using this. I also know you can take screenshots and ask it to lay out some, let's do a new document, and ask it to just see if it can create it in Tailwind. So let's go here. Let's go to Tailwind CSS and a showcase. Now we're working totally on the fly here, so this could go very, very wrong. Let's look for something interesting. We want a card. Let's go to Tailwind UI, because that might have some. Let's have a look at their templates. Okay, let's have a look through here and we'll find a little section. I was hoping, oh yeah, a card here. This should be pretty good. Let's have a look. Can we preview this? Live preview. Let's go and see this. And hopefully, yeah, what we could do, we could see if it could, let's take a snap of this card and save that to the desktop. And now, let's see, right, we've got a new chat, new file here. Let's go and grab that image that I've just taken and we'll upload that. Can you create this in Tailwind? So let's see what it gives us. This may or may not work. Okay, it's created the whole, it's got all the HTML there, but we want, I only need the card because we don't want the header stuff. Let's see if it knows what to do there. Got it, here is the code. It didn't quite get it, did it? I only need the Tailwind code, not the head elements. I could just go in and copy the little part I needed, but you know, let's just see if it gets it. That's why this stuff's a bit iffy and it's a bit trial and error sometimes. But the fact that it's taken that image, I mean, we'll see if it does understand this. Looks like it's, maybe we're having some internet issues here because it's not quite doing it. Right, we'll leave that while that's trying to work it out and we'll just copy this. Let's have a look. Div, here we are. I think we just want this part here. Oh dear. Oh dear, it is having problems there. Let's do it no context. We'll leave that going and let's call this one table. We'll leave that going and we'll do a new custom element. Oh, let's get a grid in here because we want to put our new element we're creating into a grid, and let's see what it's generated us. That's not bad. So it obviously needs an image in here, which we can do. Let's do that. What we can do, let's go unsplash. I mean, that's pretty incredible already that it's taken a screenshot of this and it's given us this to work with, which is pretty close. But we need to get an image in the background. So let's see if we can get an office portrait. Oops. Here we are. Let's have a look. We want the orientation. We want it to be portrait as well. And okay, here we go. That one's pretty good. Yeah, let's go this one. And we don't want something too large. Let's download that. Okay. And we'll save this to the desktop. I'll call this lady. There, let's go back into elements and oh, can I add? See, that's a problem there. Add file. Oh, there we are. We need a little plus button there. Right, so we've got our page and we've got our image in our resources. Now I just want to add a control here for to make it easier to add images. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to the elements manual and I'm going to get what do we want? We're looking for the properties and we want some UI controls and I want an image. We want the group example. Let's copy that And in my custom element, I'm going to go to the properties. We're going to paste that in there, and that allows us to use an image. And the ID will be staff image. Let's call it that. And in my template, where I want the image, I'm going to put those curly brackets. If you remember, I've done videos on this before. So if you haven't seen those, you can go back and look about creating custom components. But this is how we do it. So now this will use the image. So if we drop this in here, boom, it's now using the image. And that is pretty cool. Let's, yeah, it's just like that. You can see it's done it. So let's copy this and we'll paste this back into here so that we can work on this code. So if I want to make any changes. So the code here, the colors here, I could just edit this, or we could ask the AI to do it. Can you make, can you make the VP of Sales text use a gradient? Okay, it says it's done that. And I've hit apply, continue. Oh, it's because I haven't saved that file. It does seem to have an issue with that. Let's save that there. Okay. Oh, there we are. Yep. Good. It's done it. It's a little bit fiddly this sometimes. Now it's saying it's doing... Let's get that in there as well. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it's doing from yellow, from yellow 200 to yellow 800. You can see it kind of working there. We could play around with those colors. Text transparent. I don't know why it's got that in there. Oh, maybe it needs that for the gradient. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So by using this, it gives us a really quick way to mock these things up. Let's copy that back into there. Can you animate the card on? Can you animate the card to slightly move on hover? Let's see if it adds the correct hover effect to here. The code adds a transform. Lovely. We'll go with that. And it's doing it. We'll accept those changes and let's paste this back into here. Nice. So yeah, so it's added a scale there. Instead of scaling it, can you move the card up slightly? Because that's what I want really. I don't want it to come forward. I want it to move up and down. So let's do that. Boom. We'll go with it and let's see what it's given us. Nice. So now let's preview that in the... Yeah, that's really super. So you can see here, I mean, I could have coded that myself and added these little effects because I know how this works. And it's fairly straightforward stuff. But it shows by just using the AI available, and you can do pretty much the same in ChatGPT. I just kind of like using Cursor because you kind of get this ongoing conversation and you can reference these other files. It's easier to get set up in. But the point is, you could do this as well, and you could use a bit of AI to create those elements that you want for your website. And Elements makes it really easy to be able to do that, you know, to paste the code in here, tweak it, and you can set up controls. And it's really this flexibility which, as Elements develops and as more people start to use it, this will really come into its own. And it gives the power for people to create their own little custom elements. I'll drop in another card there. So if I had another image, then then I could do that. And we could go further. We could add some. We could add. What am I looking for here? We've got some text. So yeah, so we could add some text editing areas to here. Let's see, in there, I think, yeah, text field. We don't want to call it text field. Let's call this name. And the ID is staff name. And we don't need a subtitle. So now on our cards, we need to staff name. We need to put in the value there. Staff name. So this one, Jane, and then this one could be Bobby. So there we go. So it's really fun to make these custom components, and now I could use these on my site if I needed to. And that's really cool. And I could paste those back into Cursor if I wanted to make some changes to these and I didn't know how to, So super versatile, super fun, and you can spend hours playing with this stuff. And, I've not even used, I'm only using a container here for these components. A container and a grid, and then these cards are custom. So pretty cool stuff. That was just, I hope you found that video useful. It was just me kind of messing around, but it really shows the power of these tools and what fun it can be. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions on this stuff, and I hope you found it useful. All right, thanks for watching this one. Cheers, bye.